You want me to help you catch him? Like when X-Men teamed up with Magneto to stop Apocalypse.
I heard that one was bad.
Wasn't great.
I still want to see it though.
I'll watch it again.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 pop culture references in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm about to Olivia Pope this sitch.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable ways this comedy series incorporated popular culture into its stories. Which of these cool moments was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Disney movies.
I bet it's really fancy, like Beauty and the Beast fancy.
There are a plethora of Disney movie references peppered throughout this hilarious show, so we'd say it's a pretty safe bet the writers were big fans.
I guess that's your new best friend now, Santiago. Emphasis on Iago, backstabber.
I'm surprised you've read Othello.
What the hell's Othello? I'm calling you the parrot from Aladdin.
Or maybe they just knew how obsessed we all are with the films. Nevertheless, we get hilarious nods to Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, and The Lion King, just to name a few.
Well, what about in The Lion King? When Jamon and Purrboy become friends with Steamboat.
That's not the names. It's Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa. But I appreciate you trying. It really is a perfect analogy.
Boyle seems to be the biggest fan of them all, while Jake goes from misnaming major characters to full-on acting out a scene from The Lion King.
Scar, Sarabi and I didn't see you at the presentation of Simba. Oh, Mufasa, did I miss it? That's simply awful.
And we're certainly not complaining. After all, who doesn't love a bit of Disney? Number 9. The Many Burns of Madeline Wunsch.
So, I've been planning how to zing Madeline when she puts the medal on. I have the perfect line. Lunchtime is over. It's a play on lunchtime.
Yes, devastating burn, sir.
Granted, many of Captain Holt's references feel obscure, but that's not the case when he's insulting his arch-enemy, Madeline Wunsch.
So nice of you to greet us, Madeline. I thought surely you'd still be crushed under that house in Munchkinland.
Sticks and stones, Raymond.
Describing your breakfast?
Whether he's comparing her to the wicked witches of the East and West, or the possessed girl from The Exorcist, he makes sure we all get the dig.
Oh, please stay, Diaz. I need a witness in case her head starts spinning around, or she turns into a she-wolf.
Even Jake joins in on the fun with a Cruella de Vil-themed comment.
I would give you more details, but someone just came in to try and find her Dalmatian coat.
Holt's burns also include clever nods to mythology and history. It's quite out of character for him to stoop to such levels, but he simply can't resist when Wunsch is around. If ever you're looking for a takedown that even Jake Peralta can understand, Raymond Holtz got you covered. Number 8. Game of Thrones. There are so many references to this fantasy series on the show that we would need a whole list just to get through them all. On one occasion, Gina compares one of her exes to Tywin Lannister.
First off, I would like to remind you all about several notable men from my past. The rock-climbing backpacker, the underwear model, the guy who looked like Tywin Lannister.
In another instance, Peralta tells Boyle that the Red Wedding would still be worse than the nuptials he was planning.
Second worst. Red Wedding, Game of Thrones.
Speaking of the infamous event, you can also see it among the list of forbidden topics established during Jake and Charles's stakeout. There are countless other mentions, including a theory-filled text chain between Hitchcock, Scully, and Gina.
The little guy is gonna marry a dragon.
We think.
There's also the fictional series The Skyfire Cycle, which is strikingly similar to George R.R. Martin's novels. Just don't say that to Terry.
Watch this. Favorite moment in the series? The summoning of Bella Castro. Second favorite?
The Scarlet Feast.
Third favorite? When you thought Kalar had been swallowed by the Norlith, but he had just switched armor with Samling the Betrayer in the Battle of Castle. Fourth favorite?
3 was plenty, so was 0.
Number 7. Cagney and Lacey. When the series began, Terry had recently become a father to twin girls named Cagney and Lacey.
Hi, Cagney. Hi, Lacey.
Their monikers are no coincidence. If you're familiar with cop dramas from the 80s, then you'll remember the identically titled series, which focused on two badass female police officers in New York. Evidently, Terry's girls' names pay homage to the show, but they also demonstrate his pride in what he does. Cagney and Lacey was inspired by the feminist movement, so perhaps Terry and Sharon hoped that their daughters would inherit the positive traits of their namesakes.
Are you with me so far?
No.
Or maybe he secretly hoped that they would follow in his career footsteps and become an unstoppable crime-fighting duo.
And hey, you should never worry about your kids. You're the best dad I know. Cagney and Lacey are gonna grow up great.
You think so?
100%.
Number 6. Raymond Holt's discoing nemesis. In 1981, Captain Holt cemented himself as a force to be reckoned with when he arrested an elusive criminal known as the Disco Strangler.
It's over, Disco Man. Put down the yo-yo and back away from the girl.
You'll recognize the name if you're a fan of the Eagles, as it's taken straight out of their 1979 album, The Long Run. The song even describes a sinister, predator-like character. It's not the only rock tune referenced in the show either. In Your Honor, there are 2 cars with license plates that pay homage to one-hit wonder Tommy Two Tone's track, 8675309, Jenny. We guess we know what kind of music was playing in the writer's room. Number 5, the Harry Potter franchise. In Season 1's Halloween, Boyle's costume prompts a hilarious HP reference.
Ah, all right, let me guess. You are Dumpy Chuck Norris.
No, I'm...
Dumpy Ron Weasley.
No.
However, in later episodes, the series becomes a symbol of Jake's love for Amy as well. Knowing how much she adores the books, he starts reading them only to get hooked himself.
Yeah, I guess you could say he's the Golden Snitch.
Wait, was that a Harry Potter reference?
It most definitely was. I started reading them because you love them so much.
And?
You were right, they're incredible.
In fact, Peralta grows a little too obsessed with Harry and the gang.
What's the shape of the scar?
Just a general slash shape.
Ah, darn. I've been reading a lot of Harry Potter lately, and I was hoping for something more fun.
From hoping that his target's girlfriend has a lightning bolt scar, to coming up with wizard-themed innuendo for intimacy, he definitely becomes a Potterhead.
You can't keep saying mischief managed after we finish sex.
It's what Harry Potter says when he needs to clear the Marauders map.
In Season 5's Safe House, Jake actually uses Professor McGonagall as a code name for Charles. Hogwarts is a fascinating place, so who can blame him?
Kevin? Dr. Einstein?
Ah, Professor McGonagall.
Why is Boyle dressed as me?
Number 4, Taylor Swift. During a lie detector test in Season 1, we discover that Jake is a huge Swiftie. He initially tries to pretend otherwise, but it's no use.
All right, fine. She is. She makes me feel things.
She makes all of us feel things!
And his love for her music continues to reveal itself over the course of the series. In fact, one exchange between Jake and Terry in Season 3 involves Jake referencing Shake It Off.
Point is, haters gone hate, shake it off, Taylor Swift, always right.
Fans might have hoped that the singer would make an appearance on the show, given the fact that she and Sandberg have worked together before. However, as Amy's dad reveals, Jake can't legally be within 500 feet of the star.
That was a misunderstanding.
Number 3, The Lonely Island. Prior to becoming Jake Peralta on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andy Samberg was 1/3 of a musical comedy group called The Lonely Island. They became famous on Saturday Night Live and actually went viral on more than one occasion. Naturally, Samberg's rise to fame is subtly acknowledged on the show with references to some of the trio's most successful digital shorts. Namely, Jake makes a T-Pain reference as a nod to I'm on a Boat.
Yes, I brought all of those things. It's called a cell phone. Map, flashlight, compass, an app that makes me sound like T-Pain.
And a play on words slyly hints at mother lover.
He's her lover. He's your mother's lover. He's lovering your mother.
These details are so clever that if you spotted them, you might just be the most amazing human/genius. Number 2, a musical cold open.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar.
Using a classic Backstreet Boys tune, the writers gave us one of the finest moments of the entire series. Since the victim only heard the perp sing, Jake has no choice but to engage in a mini karaoke session to identify the culprit.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Of course, he gets carried away and forgets the purpose of the task. Honestly, so did the rest of us. It's only when the victim snaps everyone back into reality that we remember how and why this all began.
Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
But we can't be the only ones who sing
Now number 5.
whenever we hear this catchy track. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. The Fast and the Furious. It's just one of the movie franchises that fulfill Jake's cop fantasies.
They're taking down a street racing gang that's been using souped-up cars to transport drugs across state lines. It's a real-life Fast and the Furious movie.
Don't those movies glorify lawlessness?
No, they glorify family and loyalty and big hard boobs on both men and women.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. It sounds like Holt and Snyder need to have a chat.
The trident has 3 prongs, like my approach.
Not to interrupt, but Aquaman's trident has 5 prongs.
That's absurd. The prefix tri means 3. What this aquatic man carries is better termed a pentadent.
No, it's a trident. They call it that in the original theatrical release and the Snyder cut, so you're 100% wrong and everyone's laughing at you.
A famous Boyle. Could Charles be talking about Britain's Got Talent star Susan Boyle?
It's such a classic Boyle trait not to recognize talent. My cousin Susan didn't know she could sing until her late 40s.
Blockbuster. For those of us who remember rewinding those VHS tapes.
It's stock. 1 million shares.
Oh my God!
A Blockbuster video stock.
Oh,
What? Is that bad? I still have a Blockbuster card. What happened to Blockbuster?
Friends. Which character from the sitcom do you think Jake is most like?
I guess I didn't really think of you as that kind of friend.
Sarge, I'm every kind of friend. I'm Phoebe, I'm Chandler, I'm Rachel, who's the dinosaur guy?
Ross, bro. Ross.
Sorry, I forgot you were such a Ross head.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Die Hard.
Die Hard is the best cop movie of all time. One cop heroically saving the day while everyone else stands around and watches. It's the story of my life.
As any die-hard Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan knows, Jake basically becomes a police officer because of the 1988 action flick. It's his absolute favorite cop movie of all time, and he never passes up an opportunity to bring it up.
They're sealing the exits. Oh my God. It's real life Die Hard. I mean, oh no, crime.
We see him live out some of his die-hard fantasies, including a hostage situation in a department store at Christmas time and a visit to Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh my God. It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
Amy even dresses as Holly Gennaro on their honeymoon.
Is that Mr. McClane I hear? Cause someone's about to die. Oh my God! Why is Captain Holt here?
Cause he's gonna... Wait, are you dressed like Bonnie Bedelia in Die Hard?
I am.
For sexy reasons?
Yes.
Oh boy.
If you're anything like Jake, you might have spotted more subtle nods too, like how he channels John McClane by wearing his badge around his neck. The only thing missing from the show was a Bruce Willis cameo. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.